Hi, I'm Jacob.
And I'm Catherine.
And this is Wedding Possible.
Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to discuss our timeline, essentially where we are in the process of planning. Everyone keeps asking me, how's planning going? How are you doing? And I'm like, honestly, we're doing really well and I don't feel that stressed.
Yeah. Today is just pretty much an update. Not so much
a topic that we're going to discuss.
It's just, hey, this is what's going on. It's meant for our family and friends to know, so they know where we're at.
Yeah, but in case you're curious and you come across this video, these are the things that you should have done within a 10 to 12 month period.
Without further ado, here goes our list of what we've been doing.
So the first thing is you determine your vision. We've done a video on this before, how you come up with your vision. This is something that you would do right after you get engaged. You can start having that discussion. So check.
So you guys are all well aware that we have finally chosen our venue. It's gonna be a really beautiful place. It's a family-owned vineyard in Camarillo with the beautiful backdrop of some hillsides and vineyards. So it's really, really nice, very beautiful place. Fortunately, the venue comes with tables, chairs, placement settings, and as well as a DJ.
Yeah, the DJ was factored into the venue price.
We did have to use their caterer, but luckily the caterer had different food options to choose from that you can tailor for yourself. We have yet to go to the caterer themselves to sit down and really nail down the menu. Plus, we're still waiting for them to take our money.
We sent in the deposit, but
luckily a lot of the big main topics that the lists that we've gone through were pretty much taken care of by the venue.
Yeah, it made the planning process so much more smooth, so much easier, so much less stressful. And I'm someone who likes to plan. He and I like to plan things together. At this point, just having all these details that are big details so we don't have to research these things on our own time, it's really making a huge difference, I think, in the planning process. So kind of what he's referring to is you set your wedding date, you kind of determine how big of a wedding you want, and we're gonna do future videos on a guest list and venues separately.
So kind of with the venue, we also came with venue coordinator, Jacqueline.
But she is technically day of.
She's technically day of.
Month of.
She's month up, and then just, like 10 months out we did?
So yeah, the initial appointment was a month after you booked the venue.
Yes, a month after you booked the venue.
And then the next meeting is 3 to 6 months before, and then a month before, and then day of.
And she has been helping out. She had helped out quite a bit, and talking to her, we started to think about the date, because we didn't really have a date set. We just knew sometime in August
or September.
September. We just had that idea, and talking to Jacqueline and talking to her as a venue owner, she kind of had to make us pull a number, which was pretty great because we didn't have to sit there and think about it or talk about it. It was just like, okay, this is the date. Yeah. And we kind of just stuck with it. Also helps that the pricing that we chose for a Sunday was a lot less expensive than
not
Saturday.
A lot, but
a considerable amount.
Considerably.
That could be used for some other stuff.
Right.
So taking out the big menu, the big venue, and taking that off our checklist, let us reassess in actuality our budget.
Yeah.
Which, having talks with the parents and family members, we really kind of nailed down what we think the budget is going to be.
We're sticking with that 15,000.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
Like, it's been nice to reassess everything and feel like that's attainable, because reading like the average cost of a wedding is $35,000 in 2020. And so I definitely don't want to be spending 20,
I can definitely see why it would become 25 to 35.
Yeah, I can see why too, especially in Southern California.
You can still have the same thing that we're doing, but normally that pricing is coming from how many guests you have.
Guests and the venue cost. This venue cost was good.
Our venue was much smaller.
That's true
and
too.
only allows a certain amount of people.
That's true.
So if you just scale that to a bigger venue that requires more people, yeah, I can easily see someone spending $35,000.
Yeah. No
problem. We're just fortunate enough that we found this really nice venue. There's a certain amount of people that are allowed at the venue. It has also now pretty much made our guest list. So we know what our max capacity is. We know where we're at. So that is kind of coming together right now. We don't quite have a guest list fully thought out. We have some of the main people, obviously, groomsmen, family, key friends that have been in our life. But besides that, there's some moving around and really figure out who we're gonna have on the guest list, because we're limited both on our budget and in the capacity.
Especially with COVID, we have to remember we just don't know what things are going to look like next year. And so if we have to downsize based on whatever guidelines are, in effect, we have to do that. Yeah. So
we're just playing it real safe. We want to play it safe in case this just prolongs itself. Just want to make sure. And besides the pandemic, I mean, we even spoke about before having a more intimate wedding for ourselves, to really just surround ourselves with people that care about us.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing that people who are going to be there for you and be really excited to celebrate together with you. So, not that we don't love a lot of people, we do, but at the same time, it's just being realistic. And it's not just an emotional decision for us, it's a rational, logical decision because money is involved. That's how I look at it, and if I hurt people's feelings or he hurts people's feelings, they just have to be understanding. And I feel like most people would be understanding, especially in these times. Because we say the same things to our friends, because we know several people that have had to reschedule, and we're like, if it doesn't work out that we can't make it for this coming time that you've had to reschedule, we're completely okay and understanding.
Right, exactly.
So it's just having that conversation, I think, might be difficult for some people.
Kind of moving on from the venue, around the same time as us getting the venue, we also interviewed a couple photographers, because that was the one thing we agreed on that we need to nail down now. Not because, well, actually, I would say we probably nailed it down pretty fast because they were starting to fill up photographers for next year, because everyone's getting moved to next year. So everyone had to reschedule or rebook new photographers. But even prior to that, we had both agreed as photographers ourselves that photography is going to be one of the big choices, and it has to be one of the first choices. Too many times have we seen people who thought photography is an afterthought, and then they're either taken aback or really just...
Well, they do it last minute.
They do it last minute.
Which is very rude.
Right. And they might not find the people that they want. The quality people are going to be booked out months ahead.
Yeah.
If you're finding someone who's like, yeah, I can do it, I mean, if you're lucky enough, it's a quality person, that's great, but the quality of the photography might not be great. Some people have opinions on the photography. Some say you don't need to spend that much money, but I think it's valuable to both of us, because we live in the world of Instagram and Facebook. It's the reality of it. There's going to be people that are not going to be able to go to our wedding. There's going to be people that we would like to have, but just because of the capacity, because certain things have to be taken into account, we would like to share that moment with them as well. So having as many photos to take during that time is really key. And also just for us to look back at it. We both like photos. I love printing things out and putting them in albums. It's my favorite thing. No matter what people say, whether they tell you or not that you're going to bring your wedding album out every year or not, it's the fact that it's there and you can pull them out and look at it. So
with that, you want to be excited to look at your wedding photos and not cringe at a regretful decision. So it's really important to take these things into consideration, especially to prioritize what your top things are that you want to spend money on. So
exactly, yeah. It doesn't have to be photography. It
doesn't have to
Ours
be photography.
Photography, food, and venue.
Correct.
Were the top three.
Yes.
I think it's just good to take time with you and your significant other to talk about what your top three pieces of the wedding.
Your priorities.
And where you want to spend the most amount of money.
Yep.
Really.
Yep. Because then that will determine how big your budget is. And depending on if you're footing the bill or if you have people contributing, then that will definitely come into play as well.
With the photography, we interviewed two photographers, and ultimately what it came down to was not so much pricing, but personality.
Yep.
And personality played a huge role in whether or not they were going to vibe with us. And luckily, we went with a really great photographer. She's been amazing, Zena. And her, just looking at all her stuff, and she's constantly taking photos. This girl's a workhorse. She's amazing, and she does really great work. And we're really excited. Actually, coming this weekend, we're going to be doing our engagement shoot with her in Pasadena, and it's pretty excited. We have our outfits already picked out, and
You'll see.
We went to some shopping. Actually, this hat will be making an appearance in there.
Ooh, fancy.
So
you got all done up and everything. It's haircut.
I got a haircut and everything. I don't look shaggy anymore.
Got your little mustache trim.
Yeah, thank you, Choguso Barbershop for giving me a haircut. Junior, you're amazing. I appreciate it. I'm gonna look good in my photos. Having the photography, I think, was one of our big things, and now we got that. So that's a big thing checked off of our list.
Big thing. And with that too, your top priorities, a lot of those big ones are probably going to come with deposits.
And another good thing about this too, something else that we kind of booked that I don't think many people will really take in consideration, is our officiant. We actually asked her uncle Mike to be our officiant because we believe that it should be someone who knows both of us and both of us pretty well and that we like ourselves. So we thought getting someone that, you know, that we met at a bridal convention or a wedding convention, getting someone to hire them like that doesn't really work for us. It just seems like a wasted money.
Well, it's just not as personal.
It's not as personal. And with her Uncle Mike, or Uncle Mike in general, he's a great guy. He can talk. He knows how to hold a conversation. He knows how to hold people's attention. I'm quite excited to have him. And so, I mean, especially it works with us because we're not a part of a church or anything, so we don't have a priest or a pastor or a reverend or whatever it may be. Having her uncle there to be able to help us out, that's a good thing to check off our list. I mean, we've been pretty busy the past few months.
We've been pretty efficient. And I'm very proud to say that because, like I said, people tend to associate wedding planning and stress together, and I feel like I don't feel stressed. The biggest thing was just making sure that we had enough money for the deposits. But, you know, it's just planning ahead.
Yeah. A little something extra that Catherine got to do this past weekend. Her parents and her sister came down from Sacramento to go dress shopping.
Yeah. Dress shopping. One of those things that you dream about for, you know, years and years and years. Stay tuned. I can't give that away. That'd be too.
No.
Not even to you.
But I think I think you chose.
I did say
one
yes to
already.
the dress. I did.
Now it's just having to buy it.
I am going to buy it, but not yet. Black Friday.
So that's pretty much our update of what we've accomplished so far.
Yeah.
The next things that at least are on our list, my list first,
Go ahead.
is once we do our engagement shoot, we have to do our save the dates.
Yep, and our wedding website will come with that
And
too.
exactly, in our wedding website. With the save the dates stationery,
We are debating.
it's a huge debate on if we want to do stationery, if we want to do photo prints, how we want to do it. I personally want to do paper, specific type of paper that I like using for my own use. So we'll see. Our next steps is to look at flowers,
Florals,
and decor.
That's my biggest stress.
Yes, floral
honestly.
and decor. I think mine too. I think it's trying to figure out what to buy. And in that decor too, we've had multiple conversations on this, is arches, whether we want to do an arch or not. And we're going back and forth. To me, I feel like arches are just more pain in the butt than they need to be. But I think I have a friend that I might be able to talk to that can build one for us.
Yeah, we're open to ideas. But
Yeah.
we definitely don't want to spend a fortune on something that is only going to be used for 30 minutes.
I think the next step is, once the catering does take our deposit, is to set up a separate tasting with them. And then also setting up tasting to go try some cakes.
Yeah, I would love to do cakes. Fortunately, that's something we don't have to do right now.
No,
But
but that's the next step.
Yeah.
Though. It's for us to start thinking about who we might want to go with.
Yeah.
So I know Cafe Facel. You talked about Whole Foods of all places.
Well, it depends on the weather, right? So if it's outdoors and if they're bringing it at a certain time, we don't want it outside. So a lot to consider.
Yeah. The next step that I need to figure out for myself would be my groom's party, and that is figuring out what we're gonna wear.
Yes, we did choose who we were going to have in our parties. So that actually pretty much happened before we got engaged. It might not be the most traditional way to do that, but it was obvious for us based on who's in our lives. So it was pretty easy.
I chose my ring bearer, which is gonna be my little brother. I know it's typically reserved for a
Little
little
child.
child, but he's my little kid brother. And I'm
How old is he? 15?
he's 15, but it doesn't, I mean, having him bring a ring.
Did you ask him?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, okay.
Let's tell you.
Okay. So yeah, having him be a part of that, be great.
That'd be nice.
So yeah, so I know, so I haven't gone in with my groomsmen yet, which I would love to, just figure out what we want to do. But I have some ideas. I'm trying to make it so that not everyone has to buy something or rent something. I'm trying to do something that everyone might have already.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing would be like accents to the suits. You know,
As long as the colors are
relatively the same.
they work.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to do that
Yeah.
and have that together, you know?
Yeah. My bridesmaids, I started having that discussion almost immediately just because I know once you kind of choose the theme and you kind of have the color scheme, then you think as the bride at least, oh, what are my bridesmaids dresses going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
So I started getting swatches from all these different companies and starting to figure out what materials, and so that I can relay that information to my bridesmaids. And so we have this little WhatsApp group chat, and so I can send them photos of stuff. So our communication is doing real well. So I'm excited. I want to give them ample time so that they can try on dresses at home, because right now it makes it more difficult to go in. But a lot of these bridesmaid dresses are online, so you can order them to try at home, and then you can order it, you know, when you buy it. So it's kind of nice that they have that option.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
you know, I'm gonna be more lax. I'm looking to do more of like the mix match style instead of all one color. I just think it looks pretty cool.
I think it looks great. I think the one style kind of just looks bland.
Yeah.
And then you force people to have to buy something. And
Yeah.
That's never our intention, is to force people to buy expensive
Yeah.
things. If you can find something that,
They'll want to wear again, or that they
Exactly.
like, and I'm giving them a choice on like the style of the dress, but as long as it's like this color or this color, and we've already figured it out, so it's pretty nice.
Oh, and the biggest thing we didn't talk about was our theme.
Oh yeah.
We chose our theme, which is like a mix between, I would say, a vineyard backyard party.
Italian inspired.
Since with lots of lemons.
Do you want me to say what? Okay, this is what I've been telling people because they've been asking me. But they're like, what's your theme? And so I'm like, oh, it's Italian inspired California winery, is what I've been saying.
I would say Italian inspired backyard party.
It's not a backyard, it's a winery. What?
I don't like that. I don't like Italian. That's so much. Ugh. Italian inspired California winery. Ugh, it's a mouthful. Okay.
Well, but
Well, that's
we're in
fine.
California,
Yeah.
and it's a vineyard, so
Okay.
I could say Tuscan inspired.
I still want my cannolis, but that's me.
We'll do something cannoli
Nonetheless.
inspired.
Nonetheless.
Cannolis are cannoli-esque.
It's gonna have a lot of lemons.
A lot of lemons.
I love lemons.
We both love lemons.
Yeah.
And it's summer, so it's gonna be a pop of color.
Yeah.
We're gonna do blues, green, white, and yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's very happy, and we're by the beach, so incorporating some blues in there feels right. And blue's my favorite color, so just felt obvious.
Yeah. And lemons are my favorite thing. I mean, I
You use lemon in
I
all
use-
your cooking.
I love lemon. Lemon's so good.
It is good. It is.
Thank you very much for looking at our video. Like we always say, please, if you have any questions, please reach out to Catherine and I, either through the Wedding Possible Instagram or through our own personal pages, or if you want to comment down below, that'd be great too. We're always willing to help. Or if you just want to say hi, come by and say hi.
Yeah, come out and visit us.
Well, no, not now.
If you have any suggestions for any video topics for us to film, feel free to leave that below in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any topic ideas for future videos, comment below. And if you like our videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more Wedding Possible.
And as always, is it possible? Wedding possible.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I got a new hat in case you guys didn't know.